What's up? Listen, I know we go through this every time, but it's very important. P2oM sports moment, a moment in sport where you can't get back. You can't get back this moment right here, right now. So that's why I said, listen, let's go ahead and put it on camera, P2oM sports moment. Listen, follow us on all social media. P2oM.com is your Facebook. It's very important to like that page. Listen, I love likes, I love subscribe. If you subscribe, I love it. But more importantly, you don't want to miss interviews like this one I have today. And this is a real special one to me. Because P2oM is all about going underneath and finding those people that are impacting sports, that have impacted sports on any level, doesn't matter. And that are doing good things in the community and good people. So that's what we're all about. So once again, let me get all the social media out of the way. P2oM.com on the Facebook. Twitter and Instagram is going to be identical. It's Put2on Me. That's Twitter and Instagram. And then we can jump over to the YouTube. YouTube channel is strictly P2oM or search Put2on Me. That's the number 2. And then last but not least, the email is info@Put2onme.com. And let me see, anything else I gotta throw out there? Oh yeah, of course, the website, Put2onme.com. The website for the merchandise, merchandise is important, but more importantly, stay connected. 2 is 1, 1 is none. So I am and I'm gonna let the young man talk in a minute, but I gotta get it all out. So today I'm hanging out at Deweyville College, and my handy dandy notes here. The location is 320 Porter Avenue, Buffalo, New York. Division 2 was Division 3, and we'll get into that. Lower West Side. And listen, I'm loving the film room right now. We're hanging out, my man Sim Hurd, we're hanging out. So on that note, catching up with Sim Hurd. How's it going, man?
It's going good, boss.
So listen, man, how was your morning, bro?
My morning was good. Started off how I normally do. Listen to some positive things, get my spirit right, meditate, and it's been going well, and I was actually looking forward to this. So my whole day, first half of my day was to prepare for this right now. So talking to you, boy.
Exactly. I seen your Facebook. I'm loving the messages. I'm loving it is because that's what I'm about. Really, that's what made me reach out to you. I was like, you know what? This dude is positive. Always got the messages going. Could be a motivational. Have you ever thought about motivational speaking? Okay. Like, how do you get into that? If is it just you just kind of do it?
So what I've seen is there's different schools and different programs that prepare people to do so, and then they'll get them connected with people who need people to come in and speak. Honestly, the route I'm going is I'm going to keep releasing content. Any opportunity that comes speaking to a school, like I've been asked to come back and speak at my high school. I've been asked to come speak at basketball camps.
Okay.
And opportunities that I feel like are positive and can have a big impact on whether it be a crowd of 5 or a crowd of 500 or 5,000. I'm going to go and do it. And the best thing I've seen is the more content I put out, it gets to people like you who also do the same thing. And I'm just going to keep doing with what opportunities in front of me, and I know it'll take off. So I'm going to keep going as I learn.
I mean, honestly, bro, and I know on social, it's funny because on social media, people don't give props all the time. But I feel like, you're somebody, I watch your videos. You know what I'm saying? I watch your videos. I think they're impactful. I think it's more what the world needs, bro. So kudos on that right there.
Appreciate it.
All right, man. Let me see. So the reason why I wanted to reach out and have this conversation is because, like I said, P2oM, we are all about sports. You know what I'm saying? Just like an athlete can go under the radar.
Right.
Or they say, he's underrated. So, not in a bad way, but I feel like you're underrated. I feel like you're underrated because there's a lot of things inside you that you can show other people. African American, this is not white, black show, but I'm just saying, to be a role model to other African American young men that are coming up through the pipeline like you did. Tell us a little bit about yourself, like where you're from, and perhaps the high school you went to, and then we'll go into the next phase of it.
All right, cool. So my name is Sim Hurd. Simeon Hurd is my full name, but most people call me Sim or Simba. I'm from Rochester, New York, born and raised, 585. I'm from the inner city. I was raised up on Genesee Street.
Okay, in Rochester?
In Rochester, New York. Yeah, Genesee Street in Rochester. West Side.
Okay.
Under the poverty level.
Yeah.
My mom lived under the poverty level probably till recent years. I went to a private Christian school named Charles Finney, or C.G. Finney High School.
Okay.
I went there from the time I was in 6th grade till I graduated.
Okay, in Rochester.
In Rochester.
Okay.
But I did not. It's in the suburbs, but I didn't live there. So I was catching the city bus every morning, 6 a.m. to that school, and I was playing football, basketball, and baseball there all the way up until my senior year. So I was there usually some days from 7 a.m. till 8 o'clock at night.
So what do you feel, and this is something that I know a lot of people from like a private school and public school.
Right.
Like, what is the big difference for you? How did that play a big part in your life?
I walked through it. So the first thing is the numbers are so much lower. Mm-hmm. Like, you'll have a class of 700, maybe from 300 to 700 at public schools, right? Mm-hmm. Sometimes, where my graduating class, we maxed out at 40, 50, around that number. So that's one. So the numbers are lower, so you know everybody. By the time I was in my 9th, 10th grade year, I pretty much knew almost every name from K through 12.
Okay. So more of
family,
a
community
type.
Yep.
Okay.
And you're not a number. People know your family. Mm-hmm. By the time, like, I went there for 7 years straight, and people knew who my mom was. They knew my story. And so secondly, the difference is, for mine, it was faith-based. Mm-hmm. So there's a whole class and grade that you get for, like, the Bible, theology of the world, comparative worldviews. Mm-hmm. So there's always a faith element. We had chapel every week, once a week. We had a spiritual emphasis week. So that was what kind of set it apart. Mm-hmm. And 3, the demographics of it. When I got there in my 6th grade year, I was one of maybe 3 or 4 black kids in the class, African-American kids in the class.
Okay.
So that was the biggest difference. The demographics are different, and expectation. Like, there's kids in there whose parents expect them to be doctors, lawyers. Like, they bring home something less than a 90, they get privileges taken away. Mm-hmm. So it was very different. And also the last part I would say is financials. I was coming from an inner city single parent home, just me and my mom. So you also got kids who parents were in famous bands. Once somebody's dad was Lou Graham at my school.
So
yeah,
so you got the kids that go there, they come from somewhere.
Substance, money, or they're well off. And I had to learn because that's somewhere I wanted to be. So that was something they learned from my experience, and I learned from theirs. And it was always a transfer of communication and knowledge, but also it was also some misunderstandings as to why I take certain things a certain way when they say it, or why they do certain things a certain way they do, because we're coming from 2 different sides of the track.
Exactly.
In the same spot.
Exactly. So talk a little bit about, so you mentioned, and like I said, if you just started watching just now, once again, put P2oM Sports Moment, P2oM.com on Facebook. Talk a little bit about, you mentioned your faith, okay?
Right.
Like, I know politics and faith, they say don't talk about it because
right.
people, but I'm a man of God. I never, am I perfect? I'm not.
No,
but I will put that out there, and Father, Son, Holy Spirit, I'm going with that. I'm gonna stick with it. If it's not real, I'll find out when I get there. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is this, talk about, because you in college, man, and there's other young athletes that are out there.
Right.
And you played the sport, you played here at Deweyville, so if people trying to put it all together, we're talking to Sim because he played basketball here, and once again, he's an athlete, so this is definitely sports related. Talk a little bit about you as a Christian man of God, and how difficult are the temptations for you, bro?
Oh,
like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's an everyday thing. It's a choice. Mm-hmm. It's a choice at the end of the day. My first 2 years here, I was kind of, the standards you hold yourself to, and it's very difficult sometimes to stand strong in it because you may be one of the only people doing it. Mm-hmm. And my freshman year, my sophomore year was kind of up and down, and I know what I should be doing. I know how I should be talking. I know who I should be around. I know what actions I should be doing. And it's just a constant, it's tugging at you. Because the thing about temptations is people are like, oh, run away from temptations or just turn your back on them. It's not something that you will not want to do. That's not going to appeal to you. Mm-hmm. So for me, it was like towards the end of my sophomore year, we had a award banquet. Mm-hmm. They asked me to do the prayer, and I did the prayer, and I just felt in my heart to I had to say something to the athletes. So I did. I gave maybe a 4 or 5 minute speech. So people
come on, yeah.
And people were coming up to me like, have you ever thought about preaching? Are you a Christian? Because that was very inspirational. These are people who I wouldn't even have known view me in that light. And I was like, nah, I just felt like led to do so. And after that, I'm like, that's who I am. Like you guys see me as an athlete, and you guys see me as someone who's as an athlete, you're a role model. You're sometimes on a pedestal, and I'm like, if I have the ability to affect people like that with just my words, if I choose 100% this lifestyle to live and stand in it and be vocal about it. Everybody's vocal about how they live.
Exactly.
Whether it's the wrong way, the right way.
Exactly.
And most times the wrong way is what's getting portrayed.
Right.
So the temptations are tough, but I wake up and make a choice like, all right, this is what I want to do. This is how I'm going to live. This is how I'm going to speak. If someone asks me about it, I'm going to boldly proclaim it just as anybody else would, their own lifestyle.
That's good. That's good, man. That's good. And that was one of my questions just about the religious belief. And
Yeah.
I already knew where you stood. I think it's powerful. I think
you.
it could really impact the lives of many people around. A lot of people want that direction, but once again, is it the cool thing to do? Once again, it's not going to be the cool thing to do.
Not always.
When you want to do the right thing, sometimes all the negative things come at you. So
That's for real.
Talk a little bit about the award that you won here. How many years ago was that? Was that 2 years ago? I'm sorry.
Oh no, this was last year.
Last year,
we had an award banquet. We were supposed to have an award banquet in the spring last year. That was my senior year.
Right.
Obviously, COVID, we couldn't meet in person. So this year they did virtual banquet awards to
that.
honor last season.
Right.
So I won it last year.
Okay.
For my senior year.
Talk a little bit about that. What and once again, I saw it. I read everything, but for the people, how did that come about? How did you end up winning that award? GPA and all that, whatever.
So the award goes to a male and female. I was a male, obviously, who had the highest GPA in athletics. Also was a good ambassador for the athletics program for DUville, who made a big impact on the court or whatever their sport was. And just overall embrace the culture of DUville, which is our slogan here, or our mission is never refuse to serve.
Never refuse to serve.
Right. So they felt I embodied all those components on the court, off the court, obviously in the classroom. And I honestly, I didn't expect to get the award. Because
You were just doing you. You were just doing you.
I was just being me.
Right.
That wasn't something I sought out to get.
Right.
So when I heard my name, I got a text message.
Right.
And I was like, oh, shoot, what do you mean? Congrats on Scout Athlete of the Year. I didn't even know.
Right.
So I went and I watched the video, and I was like, because I'm not going to lie, I didn't even plan on watching the video because I didn't think I was going to get it.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Not something you just want to wake up, let me watch the video.
Right.
So I get it.
Yeah.
Man, that's awesome, man. That's like an awesome accomplishment. So what was your GPA, if you don't mind me?
I don't even know.
You don't
but
know?
I want to say I was around a 3.7 or 8.
Okay.
Around there. I usually try not to drop lower than 3.8.
Okay.
I didn't have a 4.0.
But I'm saying, basketball, school, on-campus job at all?
Yes, I did. So what I did was I announced games. I helped athletics in any way possible if we needed setting up for a game or things of that nature. Game day staff was pretty much what I was doing, just helping out with that.
Well, that's dope because of and the reason why I said because of the balance. Because you'll have those athletes coming out of high school, and in a minute, what we'll do is I'll actually throw out there exactly, talk to the people now. I'll throw exactly what sports are here. So if you're an athlete and you're looking for a facility, a school to go to that's reputable, that's making leaps and bounds when it comes to moving from like D3 to D2, no pun against. No fault against D3, but when you jump from D3 to D2, it's a difference. You get athletes looking your direction. So I want to talk a little bit about your assistant coach here now, Duva. Talk about that. How did that come about? How did that work out for you?
It came through just being consistent in who I was as a player. I built a great relationship with Coach Earl Shunk. He's my head coach.
Coach Earl, peace. Good guy.
Great
allowing
guy.
this to go down. Thank you.
Word.
P2oM, Lord, we love you. Anything you got, let us know. Give me a call. We promote it. But go ahead, I'm sorry.
Yeah, so it all started when he recruited me. He came. He saw me play at States in the state. I think it was state quarterfinal. At Buff State, we were playing Panama Central, and he watched me play. He liked the way I played. Him and my coach got in contact with one another. I came for my visit. He says to me, I said, what are you looking for in a player? He said to me, I'm looking for guys that are going to come here, be great students, great athletes, can do both, and people that are going to change the culture here. I'm looking for a culture shift. and that's something I embodied before I even came to college.
Right.
So I got here, I'm playing, I work hard every day, lead my teammates, I was a captain, and he liked how my leadership qualities as well as my on-court qualities and how hard I worked and how I represented the team. And he asked me into my senior year, hey, I've got a graduate assistant position, you're going to grad school, I want you to be an assistant coach with me, would you be willing to do that? I didn't even hesitate.
It's a no-brainer.
Yeah, it was,
it's like,
yes.
am I breathing right now, Coach? Coach,
Right.
am I breathing?
Yeah.
If I'm breathing, that means yes.
Right.
You know,
For real though.
I breathed the D in Deweyville. I'm down with Deweyville now, yo.
Yeah.
For real. I'm recruiting for Deweyville. You know, yeah. So anyway. But that's great. All right, let's get into some fun questions, man.
All
Let's,
right,
you know, I don't want to keep you too long here.
Yeah,
I appreciate your time.
Of course.
Favorite NBA player?
All time or right now?
Right now.
Who, right now? That's a good question. That's a very good question.
Like, who do you think excites the game of basketball? Well, you know, I mean, who do you like? I mean, I don't care who it is. I mean, I'm honestly, you know.
I got a good all-time answer. So all-time, my favorite player is Allen Iverson.
Okay, so Allen.
He
over Mike.
Oh, my favorite player. I'm not saying he's the best, but he's my favorite.
Okay, good.
He's
So
my favorite over Mike.
So okay.
Out of all time.
Okay, so I need to really. That was my fault. Put two on me, show. You know what I'm saying? That was my, because I said, you know, I should have said, who do you think is like the all-time great or, you know, something like that. But no, favorite Allen. I like Allen. I like AI.
Yeah, AI is my favorite.
AI and James Harden, they just worked out some type of business venture. I'm not sure
Really?
what. Yeah, I seen it on Twitter. So shout out to Allen Iverson. We'll probably tag him in there. You know,
Yeah,
listen,
might as well.
You know, and we'll tag James Harden in this, and hopefully, you know, this will go to the next level. You know, wink, wink. You know, but okay, I like Allen. I like
right
Allen.
now.
Who do you think right now is like just dominating the game?
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not a bandwagoner. He's never been my favorite player, but I'm a fan of greatness. I'm a fan of consistency, and man, what LeBron James embodies, dude, like. I studied him. I watched him. Try to watch every workout he's done on YouTube. I try to listen, see what his schedule was, what he embodies as just a human being. He's so consistent in every area. I can't help but like admire that. He's never been my favorite player. I've always respected his game.
Right.
And when you can get the same achievement in on 3 different teams, 4 different times, like that's a testament to who you are.
Yeah, I kind of got out of the thing of, you know, and I'll just talk about it a little bit because, you know, I tend to go back and forth on social medias with people.
Right.
People bashing LeBron James, and I just don't see how, you know, you could not like an athlete, but how could you really say he's not playing the game? Because it's not like other athletes letting him just do what he wants to do.
Right.
He still has to go out there and perform, and obviously he's performing at a high level. Like you said, you follow greatness. You know, you can talk about Mike, Kobe.
Oh yeah, all those guys.
LeBron's. You know, you got people that just impact the game differently. So that's a great answer. You know. All right. So if you were trapped on an island, now we're gonna go to you're trapped on an island, right?
Jokes. Yeah.
What are 3 things you want to have on the island, sports related? What would you need on this island to say, yo? 3 things that, you know what, I'm good. And it could be anything. I'll throw it out there so you can kind of understand. So like and you can use this as one of your things if you want. But I need a full court basketball court.
Oh, most definitely. That was the first thing I said.
Okay. So full court basketball
full
court.
court basketball court. Low key, I need a weight room.
Need a weight room.
I need a
you
weight
better
room.
stay. You better stay. You know.
I need a weight room, and shoot, somehow is food already there?
Probably not. You
Oh
probably
no,
not.
I need eats.
You need eats.
I
Sports
need
related.
eats.
Eats are related to sport. You gotta say eats. You know.
Great eats too.
You know. Yeah, that's it. So basketball court, weight room, and eats. You good?
You know what? And I'm not even gonna lie. Like if I had to get specific about food or something I can eat every day, I probably need some Chipotle.
Chipotle. We shouting you out, Chipotle. Sponsor the show. Come on, man. And that wasn't even like, hey, let's say Chipotle.
Nah.
That was something that we just said, yo, Chipotle.
That's something I can eat every day.
We're gonna tag Chipotle. If this guy's on an island by himself,
Need ya.
he needs Chipotle. He needs Chipotle. So I mean, that's the sports moment, man. I mean, honestly, I think that we really covered a lot, you know. And this is a real, like I said, it's a real sit down conversation. Is there anything, man, that you guys got going on that you want to talk about? Oh, what I do want to talk about, I personally want to do this.
Yeah.
Okay, so Do You Ville, I broke down the programs. If I missed something, let me know.
Okay.
Do You Ville, once again, D2 school. It's located in Buffalo, New York, 320 Porter Avenue, Division II College, Lower West Side. So the men's program. Now, this is what I felt like, you know, women's sports is kind of dominating as far as how many they have. They have a little bit more.
Yeah, they are.
Okay.
Now
okay.
we at our culture here at DUville, women are very empowered and they're always at the forefront of things that we do. No, for sure. Like,
And the muscles there, but that's okay.
Our AD is a woman.
Come on, man. Do you Ville? See, we want the rights of everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Quality,
black, white, you know, white, black, whatever, you know, male, female, whatever. Do you really want to say, come on in? Come on in, get your education. Come on, get your sports going. So the men's have baseball, basketball, cross country, lacrosse, soccer. I love soccer too. By the way, Cardinal, I know this is diva, but Cardinal have replaced CCA in a soccer game. And it was incredible, bro. I mean, it was high school, but it was. I never went to a soccer game and saw the action.
Right.
So on TV, it's kind of boring, you know. But in person, I love soccer, so I can imagine how it is here. I gotta come here and catch a game.
Soccer is great here.
Soccer, volleyball. Okay. Women's sports. If I miss anything in the men's,
I don't think you have.
Okay.
I think we're getting ready to add a lacrosse team.
okay.
Men's lacrosse.
Okay, so that was in this. So the course is
Okay,
there. Okay. Women's sports program is basketball, bowling, crew, which is canoeing.
Yeah, in the
Right?
boat. They're in the boat. That's
They're in
what
the
I
boat.
know. I don't
That's
want to
dope.
misquote it, but yeah.
Right, they're in the
doing
boat.
their thing.
They're in the boat. I love it. Cross country, rugby.
Yep.
Rugby. I need to talk to a rugby person. I mean, not today, obviously, but I mean,
For sure.
I mean, a women's rugby team. That's crazy.
Tough.
How do you date a woman rugby player? Nah, babe, we're not going to eat right there. What you mean? We can go eat there. You know, no, you know, it's all good. Soccer, softball, tennis, and volleyball.
Yep, I think that's everything.
Okay. So I just wanted to throw that out there too. So yeah, anything that you got going on, man, that person that you want to throw out there to promote, or anything you could think of that you want to kind of let people know about?
Two things. Going back to like what we talked about with faith.
Go ahead. Yeah.
I feel like some people may be intimidated or scared to live their life out loud because it may not be the cool thing to do or the majority thing to do. So
Right.
I just want to encourage you
Yes.
to make a choice every day to stay true to who you are. Like for me and my faith, being a young man of God, I've reached people who don't even believe what I believe, but the principles that I live by inspired them. So sometimes you not living out loud and being too intimidated, somebody else misses out on a blessing or something great that can happen or impact their life based on you being too scared to be yourself. So I would say make a choice every day to stay true to your principles and who you are. For me, it's my faith. Secondly,
That's dope.
just started. I maybe feel like people, they might be wanting to go out for a certain team, want to start a business, you want to do interviews with people. It's just something that is a venture that you may not be well versed in, but you know you're passionate about. Go out and do it. I do videos on my Instagram, my Facebook, try to leave motivational and inspirational messages on Twitter, and I just started a podcast now.
Okay, so we'll promote that. We'll be promoting that also.
Appreciate
too.
it.
So, you know, podcast,
And
we'll definitely be promoting that.
The biggest thing that I learned is from sports is you're never always going to be 100% prepared. But if you know you're passionate about it, you want to do it, work as hard as you can in the moment to do so and jump into it. Sometimes we get scared, we get fearful of things, and that paralyzes us. I want to say learn as you go and go for it. That's something that I've been learning myself. I know nothing really about podcasts. I listen to them, but I know that people could people can benefit from my message.
Oh, definitely.
Like people like you.
Yeah, I mean, listen, man, I
go out and do it.
Like I said, I listen to your messages, you know, and like, you know, I think we need to be able to encourage each other.
100%.
You know, and like you said, if you afraid to live out loud of who you are, it's gonna set you back.
Yeah.
You know, it's gonna set you back. And if you're a young athlete watching this, if you're a coach watching this, or if you're a coach and you have that faith inside you, or you have a word inside you for somebody, give it to them. Don't be scared. We can't tiptoe around it. And I think that's going to keep us in a good place where we need to be. So
100%.
So yeah, man, great interview. Yo, great interview, brother.
Man.
Yeah, great interview.
Yeah,
Listen, 2 is 1, 1 is none. Go to the Facebook, and once again, just like that page. Why don't you start your social media if you want? Do you like social media? Yeah.
So my Instagram is Simba, like the Lion and Lion King, Simba_heard, like I heard you, 25. Twitter is Sim_heard1. And my Facebook is Sim Heard.
Sim Heard, yeah. At first, I thought like Sim. I like Sim. But it's Simeon.
Yes.
Simeon. So I was like, did he make Sim because, I said, is it cool? I don't want to throw his government out there.
No.
Black ops come out. There he is. We caught him. He's Sim.
Most people can't say my full name when they read it.
Yeah.
And honestly, 98% of people call me Sim. It's the first 3 letters of my name.
Nah, dope.
Yeah.
It's dope, man. It's dope. So, yeah. So, man, listen. So, like us on, P2oM Sports Moment. We're on YouTube. We are on all social media, Twitter, Instagram, at PUT2OM. That's Instagram and Twitter. Shoot me an email, info@P2oM.com. And the website is P2oM.com, PUT2OM.com. Go there, subscribe, just stay connected. If you got a story, if you, as an athlete, I don't care if you're averaging 10, averaging 5, averaging 40 points, or whatever it is, that's not what P2oM is about. It's about P2oM Elite. And that is about an athlete that is trying to go to the next level. If you did it at Deweyville, and now you're saying, you know what, I'm an assistant coach, and I received awards. People see in the community what this young man is doing. So I had to make sure you see it, so you know about people like this still exist in the world. So remember, 2 is 1, 1 is none. If you dominate and you're doing it, I better hear you say put 2 on me.
My man, appreciate you.
All right, peace out, y'all.